When Noreen Murphy was first asked to coach a softball team, she wasn't sure she was equipped to do so. Now, after 40 years of coaching, including 14 years working with the Canadian national team program, Murphy has helped write the book on softball coaching. Murphy was recruited from Toronto to join the reigning national softball champions, Saskatoon Harmony Centre, in 1980. She has called Saskatchewan home ever since. With the club national champions also advancing to international competition, Murphy and Harmony Centre represented Canada at the first World Games in Santa Clara, California in 1981. When she was transferred to Lloydminster for work, a new opportunity arose. Lloydminster's midget girls softball team was coached by Brian Gislason, who knew of Murphy from her play in Saskatoon.
He just picked up the phone and said, "Would you be interested in helping us out?" And I said, "Well, I've never coached in my life before. I wouldn't know how that all works. I would have to learn all that, you know." And then he said, "Well, why don't you come out to the gym? We're having an indoor practice. Come meet the girls, see what you think." So that's how it started, and that's how it continued. And we were pretty darn successful in Lloyd those first 2 years. We actually won national championships back to back, so that was pretty exciting.
After winning 2 national titles in her first 2 years coaching, Murphy's job required her to return to Saskatoon. She was immediately asked to be the head coach for a local midget-age team.
There was another club team here, Lawrence Lasers, that asked me to take over the head coaching position of that team, which was an under-18 team at that time as well. And we did okay too. We've done all right, you know, for 7 straight years there. I think we won provincials and represented the province at national events, all the way from under-18 to junior and senior, and we did very well.
The success of Murphy's teams wasn't going unnoticed. Saskatoon's Bob Van Impe, himself a Hall of Fame inductee and the president of the Canadian Amateur Softball Association for 17 years, encouraged Murphy to get involved at the national team level.
He touched me on the shoulder and said, "You know, when the next opportunity comes up for junior national team coaches to be selected, you need to submit your name and application to see where we are and try to get more women involved in coaching at the national level." So I think I was the second female to get involved with the national team program actually in coaching. So it's come a long ways though.
Murphy would spend 2 7-year runs coaching in the national team program. She coached at 3 junior world championships, twice as an assistant, and in 2003 as the head coach in Nanjing, China. Canada's 1-0 loss to China in a playoff game in front of 10,000 passionate fans at that tournament remains a career highlight for Murphy. She was also the head coach at the University Games and of the women's elite team. Murphy was added to the national team coaching staff ahead of the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta as softball made its debut. She coached Saskatchewan in the Canada Games the following summer and returned to the Olympics as part of the Canadian coaching staff in Athens in 2004. They finished 5th at both of those Olympics, just missing out on the medal round each time. When she began coaching, Murphy found the National Coaching Certification Program to be a valuable resource. In a few years, she went from pupil to teacher, becoming an instructor in the program for a decade. With her high-level experience, Murphy was asked to apply to Softball Canada's Long-Term Player Development Committee, which she chaired for 4 years.
So there were some big projects that we wanted to complete, and we did. So we have a long-term player development guidelines now in Canada. We have athlete development matrix set for each stage of development.
Murphy continues to mentor and coach. She is the Timbits coordinator for Saskatoon Minor Softball, as well as serving on the board. She looks after the programming, development, and orientation of coaches, while also working with players between the ages of 4 and 11.
Yeah, it's been really different than working at the top end, that's for sure. So as long as the kids are having a lot of fun, that's what it's about. So we try to keep it light and keep it fun and teach some basic skills along the way.
The level of instruction is different these days, but Murphy's motivation for being on the diamond and helping the next generation of ball players hasn't changed.
I just think it's exciting when you've had an opportunity as an individual to play the game and learn from other teammates, obviously, but from other coaches and volunteers that gave their time to help you develop. And then to do so well with it, I believe you need to give back in some way. So that's what I've been doing for the past years, and have really enjoyed that.
Installed in the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame on September 23rd, 2023, Noreen Murphy.